Happy Monday. I'm here just to talk about your journey. The truth is, I'm under the weather, okay? And although I'm under the weather, I said, you know what? If you can get up and do some of the other things you had to take care of, you can still stick to your commitment, right? Of coming on and doing a short YouTube video. So I'm only going to be here for about maybe 15, 20 minutes. All right, because I'm having serious allergies. So I've cleared my nostrils and hopefully I can be good for about, 15, 20 minutes. All right. But what I do want to talk about is your journey, right? What is your journey tonight? Is this good? Let me see. All right, I better leave this where it's at. Last thing I need is a malfunction. But anyway, I want to talk about what is your journey, where you at in the process of getting you together. A lot of times people, right, they focus more on what other people think of them and trying to please others rather than just focusing on themselves. And you really have to take a look at yourself and say, am I where I want to be? Just think about it. Am I where I want to be? And if you're not where you want to be, then you have to start taking a look at a lot of the things you are doing. See, some of us get so caught up in what other people think of us, right? No, I don't. Mm-mm. You can't. If you really about your business, you can't worry about what others think. You just gotta take a look at yourself. Welcome to my life, whoever's coming in. Thank you for joining me this evening. Hi. Hey, Matthew. Thank you for coming in. Um, I'm talking about the journey and, what is your journey? And, you can't worry about, hi, Super Saiyan. Thank you. Thank you for joining the live, everyone. As the live go on, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate that. But yeah, in the journey, one thing I realized is that a lot of times I was busy trying to make everyone else happy, right? Rather than focusing on myself. Because what I found is that as a person, right, or people, we care about what others think. And the truth is, at the end of the day, no one cares about your business the way you care about it because it's your business, right? So far, so good. Thank you. I hope you had a great day. I'm a little under the weather. I'm having allergies. So I just said, let me jump in here for about 15, 20 minutes because I don't want to start sneezing. So I'm just, just to come on and stick to my commitment of showing up more on YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. So you're having allergies too, or just a commitment? you know. So yeah, but no one cares about your journey. No one. You have to care. So you really have to constantly pay attention, right, to how you're spending your time every day. Every day. I know this sounds weird, but even 10 minutes of your day, you wouldn't believe whether it's a tiny little, yes, definitely, Matthew. Yes. It could be 10 minutes, right? Someone can text you and throw off your whole day. And that's why you have to really pay attention. So what I started doing for me is I would put my phone to the side. I'll go do what I got to do. And I let people know if I don't answer you back right away. Um, thank you. Thank you. If I don't answer you back right away, then it's because I'm busy doing other stuff. And once I get finished, then I will respond because I value my time, and as I get older, I value it even more. So I think it's very important that depending on what you're doing, you focus on what you have going on and then let those people know. And if people really care, right, they're going to respect your time. They're going to respect it. So I always say, this is your journey. Excuse me, one moment. Onyx, go to your room. Go to your room. Go ahead. Go. Go, baby. He's over here doing too much. Go to your room. So you really have to look at your journey and what it is that you want to get from it, right? Because you're going to get it. Go to your room. Now he over here. Go. Go ahead, go. There has been, if you look back at your life, right, you will realize that there has been so many things, right, that you've gone through that you had to figure it out. And then when you look back, look to the side, right, no one was there. No one was there. Not that you really wanted them to be there, but I'm sure you had some really tough moments, right, that you were like, if only somebody can get me out of this, right? Who can I call? Depending on what that situation is. Now, if there's something crazy you've done, that's on you, But I'm talking about regular stuff, right? And a lot of times, you know, when you speak to people who are older, you start getting that wisdom of some of the things they have gone through, and you listen and you learn from that, right? And that's pretty much, to be honest with you, I come on here so I can speak to everyone, and I don't feel like I made a lot of mistakes, right? Because I've been married, have children, have grandchildren, bought the American dream that's probably no longer the American dream because people can't afford it. They run into America. Hey, let me get to America, just to find out there's no American dream over here anymore. It used to be, not anymore. So if you're running over here, forgive me. All right, I got off topic. You all got to forgive me. But it's true. It's true. Um, yeah, so with that being said, I found that as I age, right, there's different things. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, everyone. Thank you for joining me. As I age, right, you get that wisdom of what not to do. And I found that when I truly focused on my goals and things that I wanted to get done, it could be something so minute as just cleaning your stove, right? You want it to be spotless, shining. Well, you don't want to be interrupted because you always find people that have time. They're going to call you when they have nothing going on, and they're going to interrupt you, right? Because their life is not calculated, right? It's not calculated. You have to calculate your life if you want something good to come from it. Now, it depends on what you're looking for. You may not be looking for anything big. You may be looking for just living, and I'm not against people living in a van, but you may want something like, I'll just live in a van. I'll just do that. Keep it simple, right? I don't want anything much. I'll live in just a room. I'll keep it simple. And if that's where you are, that's okay too, right? It's about finding your place of peace. That's what it's about, finding your place of peace. And a lot of times that's hard to do because of the outside noise that keep coming in, outside noise from different people. It could be from friends and family, and then you start following the Joneses. Oh, they did this, they did that. One of my girlfriends, right? She constantly one of my girlfriends, she constantly will call and say, let's go do this, let's go do that, right? And I had to decline. I learned in time how to say no. I learned in time how to say no, right? Not just to her, but to several people, because when you learn how to say no, and you can say it respectfully, you let them know, listen, I just can't do that. No, I got other things going on. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad, because if the person really cares about you, then they're going to support what it is about you. And guess what? As you get older, if they don't support you, then you just let them go on. You let them go on, because you're like, I can't. I'm not going to. If you found, right, if you found in time, if you don't, if you don't tend to your business and you start following others, you will see that it affects you mentally, because you're like, oh, I didn't get this done. I didn't get that done. You know, um, when I tell you I stick to my plan, I really stick to my plan, because and I'm talking about even down to the time, like the same date. If I'm meeting someone and they say 6 o'clock, then it could be 6:30. The most might be 45 minutes, but that 45 minutes have now thrown me off, because I had something else planned. And I'm not saying you always got to live your life around plan and everything. Some days can just be free fall, right? Whatever. We have those days. But there are days that you're like, I need to get these things done. And when you don't follow what you plan, like one time I was doing a barbecue and I had a few people I had to meet up with, pick up, that was nearby, because you have to take another train or cab, whatever, right, to get to my home. And they said they will come directly to me, but they got lost. And I'm like, oh, lost. So now I had to stop what I was doing to go get them, to bring them, which threw me off, because I had everything mapped out. And when I tell you, it really messed up my whole evening. And from that time, I realized, if I can't stick to what it is I have planned, well, first of all, I'm not going to change my plan. Let me get that straight. I'm not changing it. Whatever the plan is, the other person or people need to stick to what the plan is. Because I always lay it out. This is where we are. And I mean, you have a chance to agree or disagree, and we can meet in the middle and see how we can make it work, right? But when they don't stick to it, that's on them. Because I'm going to stick to mine. Because if I don't, then I'm affecting other people, right? And because that time I didn't stick to my plan, I affected everyone else, and including myself. So you really have to take a look, going back to what I was saying about your journey. Um, Pick something, think about something that you want to do, right? And again, it doesn't have to be done, depending on what it is. It doesn't have to be done like in a week. It could be done in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 2 years, depending on what it is. Sometimes people say, oh, well, I don't have the money to do this. I remember hearing this pastor said one time, oh, the price of food is going up, right? Um, Everything is getting so expensive. People are saying, yeah, I can't afford it, right? I'm struggling out here. Of course. You know what he said? If that's going up, then maybe you got to think about what you're doing right now so you can keep up with the economy. If you got to change your career, do what you have to do. Of course, the way things are going up, right? You might not always be able to keep up, but just, you know, find something that's going to put more money in your pocket so you can keep up. Because at the end of the day, You do have to be responsible for you. Very important, very important. Now, people will use all type of excuses as to why, right? Oh, I can't do this because of that. I can't. Let me tell you, if it's something you really want to do, you're going to find a way to get it done. You really are, because you want it bad enough, right? Um, it's just like exercise, and you see people, right? Huge, but when they make up their mind, and it's hard to believe because they will lay there, right? On, like on that 600-pound show, they will lay there and just move their arms. They're like this because that's all they can move. But guess what? Now they want it bad enough, right? And you looking at them saying, is that really gonna work? You laying there just moving your arms, right? Is that really gonna work? Yes. Any little bit helps. Any little bit helps. Everyone that's here, thank you for joining my life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate you joining me tonight. Like I mentioned before, I'm not going to be here long, just for a few more minutes. I just want to stop by really quickly and just talk about, your journey, and just focusing and laying things out, and watching how you let others, right? Um, get in between of your plan, in between things you have planned. Just really pay attention to that. Don't just learn how to say no. Learn how to say no. And it doesn't mean you hurting someone's feelings, because if they don't understand it, then they obviously telling you they don't care about, what you have going on. It's, people, excuse me, as I age, I learn a lot more about people. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. I learned a lot more about people, and whew, you want people to be honest, right? We all want people to be honest, but they will smile in your face, but they're not really honest. They're not. And that's the part that really gets me when I think about people. How could you sit there and smile in someone's face knowing that you're not going to do the right thing by them? How? How do you do that? I feel like if you're going to be negative, how do you even be negative to a person? Stay away from them. Just stay away from people. Unless somebody did something to you, and and you in court, that's different, right? Because you have a difference of opinion. But how do you just outright know? Like you smiling, but you really don't care for the person. This world is evil. People are mean. You know that? People are really mean. It's almost like you really don't know who it is that you can trust, because people smiling in your face. Meanwhile, they don't really mean it. For that, stay away from me. Don't. They call that fake love. I don't want your fake love. I don't need it. I would rather have, excuse me, remember I told you I have allergies today. I would rather have that one person or two people, right? That's sincere, that's really my friend, right? Than to have 100 people that's pretending to be my friend and they're not. They're not, you know? So, one thing we have to learn is how to be happy with ourselves. So when you on your journey to wherever that may be, you really have to enjoy spending time with yourself. Some people always feel like, oh, well, I got to be around someone. No, not all the time. Because when you're real busy taking care of you, you don't have time. You really don't have time to be around, a bunch of people. But again, focus on the journey at hand. Make sure you set that time aside. You know, don't let people, every time the phone ring or text messages come in, you interrupt what you're doing. Set that time aside, get done what you got to get done. And this way, when you do answer those calls or whatever it is, you can actually enjoy it. Listen, I'm going to wrap up. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe for me. I greatly appreciate it. And I just wanted to stop by this evening. Like I said, I'm under the weather, but I still came on. All right. So don't forget, it's about you. All right. And thank you again for joining my live. Everyone, have a good night and stay blessed. All right. Thank you. Take care.